Hi, my name is Jesse Barcelone. I'm associate professor at the University of Maryland Global Campus, known as UMGC. I've been teaching for 30 years now, and I've been teaching IT-related courses for 23 years. So there's been lots of interest in IoT devices and infrastructure hacking, SCADA, those types of things. So in this video, we're going to connect to a system that has a traffic light and some other things. So the first thing that you can do is you can see that I'm going to go ahead and this is my IP address. So I'm going to scan the network because the device is using DHCP. To do that, I'm going to type nmap-sp, that command right there. Now, before I hit enter, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I have Wireshark up and running for the video. So hold on. Okay, so I do have Wireshark up and I'm ready to start my scan. So let's go ahead and do that. This will just be a ping scan. So we're going to look for one of the hosts. As you can see, there's a bunch of ARP requests when I do that on the network. There are actually a few machines. These are actually like gateway and DHCP server. So anyway, this is the IP of the system we're going to scan. So that's 128 on a private network here. So now I'm going to go ahead and scan that IP. Just do a simple port scan. And when I do that, you'll actually see, if we look at the latest traffic, a lot of resets for the ports that were closed. We look at a port like 8080 that was open. There is a connection there to 8080. I believe that's one of the ports open. Okay, so the first thing you could do is you could just open your browser and try to connect to that system on that port and see what you get. So I'll do that. First one just gives me some type of a router setup. I don't have to do any type of authentication. That's obviously always a concern. To see, if the other one's some type of a database or something else. I actually saw something that very interesting. It looks like it's a control to a crosswalking light when someone will walk or don't walk. And if I click these buttons here, I can actually set it to one or the other. I also looked at the page source here, and then I started to find some of these key terms, etc. Started Googling to see if maybe there were any vulnerabilities on the page. Wound up finding something good on that. So I'll cover that. However, what I didn't do that I should have done, and I usually do, is connect to the first port open. So if I type SSH and then the IP of the remote system, here's what happens. I get an error because whatever version of SSH is being used, here is the system if you want to take a look and see what it looks like. That's the system. As you can see, it's kind of doing some logging on the screen of whatever connections are being made, which is cool. We're going to talk about that soon too. All right, so now I'm just going to see if, I think I have PuTTY here. Try a different SSH tool. So 172.16.200.128. Click open. I want to log in as root, I guess. And there it takes me right in. So unfortunately for me, originally I did not try the root account immediately, and that wound up being a mistake because it got so interested in the traffic light. However, because I did go down that road, I actually, after doing some Googling, was able to find a vulnerability, which I have here. Let's see if this works. All right, sorry about that. All right, there it goes. Now in this, yeah, I basically had to download a library from GitHub. And basically, it looked like there was some issues with compatibility between a Python 2 and a Python 3 library. So that's where I actually phoned a friend and asked ChatGPT to help me make sure the Python version was correct when I ran this exploit. So now I'm going to run the exploit. There's actually two options you have here for this exploit. You can either set up a listener and then run the exploit, and then it will call back to that port, or you can also just run the exploit and it will connect. So that's also interesting. So for the point of this, I will go ahead and just go with the default. So I'm going to use that script. If you want to take a look at what the script looks like, we can cat it and explore it over. You can see whatever's happening is bad, and I'll get into that a little bit because I want to talk a little defense. Okay, so let's just go back to what we were doing. Show you the exploit works. Of course, we also know that you can get in as root. And as if you could see here, here's a port I can look at, that port for Metasploit. So we can look at that port in a minute. But if you see, if I type the ID command, I am the root user there. And I can't remember if it's this one. I do believe this times out after a while. So you got to run your commands and do what you want to do. An interesting thing is that if you take a look at this the server, it looks to be in pretty bad shape here. So one of the things that's interesting is if you look at Wireshark. Now I actually picked a perfect thing because that's actually where we sent the overflow. And I'll follow the TCP stream here. This is what happened. That is what was sent, that GET request to the server. And yeah, this was part of the instructions that I had Googled earlier and found something on this one. So that was the connection. That was the exploit running. And then now check this out. We'll get rid of that and we'll do a TCP.port space equals 4444. And if we right click here, you should see the commands that I ran, which you do, as well as the response. And you can also look at one side of the conversation at a time. So now the last thing I wanted to do, which is important, and I don't want to do it on the victim because the victim is kind of beat up at the moment. But if I just give me 1 second here. Okay, so if I look at the mini log there, first I can do this for you. Mini, don't think I can tab complete. Mini web.log, because you can't really look at it from the other one. Let's just do the tail to see the end of that. Let's see, is up arrow available? It is, luckily. Not always in this thing stuff. All right, so there you go. Well, that's not good enough. Let's do, what did we see? A lot of S's, I think it was. Well, let's just do the let's do the less, and that will allow us to scroll up and down. All right, so you could see there was some attacking of this thing. Well, before I was in. Let's see if the less is working right. Less. Mini web.log. Okay, so now I'm gonna retype it. Oh no, I think I'm disconnected from my victim. I'll just get back in. All right, now see if our commands are there. They are not. So now we must do that again. And you're going to see multiple exploits. wwf. All right, there we go, finally. So now I should be able to scroll. I guess this is going to let me scroll. Well, let's see if it gives me all of the, I just want to find that really nasty. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, that's not normal to see in your web logs. So that concludes this presentation, which we will title Pen Testing a Critical Infrastructure Device. Okay, thanks.